Hi everyone, it's Miss Amy. I'm here with another Imagine Your Story Creation Challenge. So today we're going to be telling the story of Anansi the Spider and the Moss-Covered Rock. So this is one of the well-known Anansi stories. Anansi the Spider is a character that is in many African folktales. And the Anansi is thought to be very smart and clever. And so he uses those abilities to get what he wants or needs, usually against larger animals. So because he's smaller, he's got to use his smarts to get what he needs. So we're going to be telling the story with a flannel board today. And so the Anansi story we're doing again is Anansi the Spider and the Moss-Covered Rock. One day, Anansi the Spider was walking through the forest when something caught his eye. "Oh, isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?" Anansi said. Kaboom! Down went Anansi. And he woke up an hour later with his head spinning. "I wonder what happened," Anansi thought. "I was just walking along the path and I saw this rock and I said, 'Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?' Kaboom! Down went Anansi again. And sure enough, he woke up an hour later with his head spinning. "Oh, I think I know what happened," Anansi said. "This must be a magic rock. And whenever anyone comes along and says, 'Isn't this a strange they fall down, they don't wake up for an hour, and they have a big headache after they wake up.'" Now, as we know, Anansi was very smart and clever, and he knew just what he wanted to do with this magic rock. So Anansi went to pay a visit to Lion. Lion was at his house with a big pile of yams on his porch. Anansi loved yams, but he was too lazy to dig them up himself. "Hello, Lion," Anansi said. "It is so hot today. Would you care to join me for a walk in the cool forest?" "Absolutely," said Lion. So Lion and Anansi went walking through the forest. Anansi led Lion to a familiar place. "Lion, do you see that?" Anansi asked. "Oh, yes, isn't that a strange moss-covered rock?" said Lion. Kaboom! Down went Lion. Anansi returned to Lion's house and took all the yams. An hour later, Lion woke up. His head was spinning. But when he got to his house, he discovered that all his yams were gone, and he was very sad. Next, Anansi went to visit Elephant. Elephant was at his home with a big bunch of bananas on his porch. Anansi loved bananas, but he was too lazy to pick them himself. "Hello, Elephant," Anansi said. "It's so hot today. Would you care to join me for a walk in the cool forest?" "Oh, certainly," said Elephant. So Elephant and Anansi went walking through the forest, and Anansi led Elephant to a familiar place. "Elephant, look, do you see that?" Anansi asked. "Oh, yes. Isn't that a strange moss-covered rock?" said Elephant. And kaboom! Down went Elephant. Anansi returned to Elephant's house and took all his bananas. An hour later, Elephant woke up and his head was spinning. And when he got home, he discovered all his bananas were gone, and he was very sad. And then Anansi played the same trick on Rhino, Hippo, Giraffe, and Zebra. He took away all their food, too. But Little Bush Deer had been watching Anansi all this time, hidden in the leaves of the forest, and she decided it was time for Anansi to learn a lesson. Little Bush Deer went deeper into the forest to collect some coconuts. She carried them home and sat on her porch to wait. Sure enough, Anansi stopped by. He was glad to see all those coconuts because he loved to drink the sweet coconut milk inside, but he was too lazy to gather them himself. "Hello, Little Bush Deer," he said. "Isn't it so hot today? Would you care to join me for a walk in the cool forest?" "Oh, yes," said Little Bush Deer. So the pair went walking in the forest and came upon a familiar place. "Little Bush Deer, look at that! Do you see what I see?" Little Bush Deer was ready for Anansi's trick. No, Anansi, I don't see anything. Look very carefully. No, I still don't see anything, said Little Bush Deer. Anansi was getting angry. Look, right where I'm pointing. I'm sorry, Anansi, I don't know what you expect me to see, said Little Bush Deer. I expect you to see this strange moss-covered rock. Kaboom! Down went Anansi. Oh my goodness. Little Bush Deer ran and got all the other animals, and they went to Anansi's house and took back all the things that he had stolen from them. And of course, Anansi woke up an hour later with his head spinning. And he went home and he found all of his food gone. But Anansi is still a trickster, and he's still playing tricks to this day. So I hope you enjoyed our story today of Anansi the spider and the moss-covered rock. I invite you to create something related to the story. You might want to draw a scene or draw one of the animals. You could perform your own version of the story. You could write your own Anansi tale. Maybe, find another way that Anansi could use his smarts to outwit some other creatures. You might want to make a spider web out of some yarn or other craft supplies, or somehow design or build what you would like to have as your own magic object that you could use to play tricks and everything. So again, we invite you to create something related to the story, and we are going to meet in a virtual event via Zoom on Thursday, July 16th at 4 p.m. I've got another traditional African folktale to share, and we can talk about or show any creations that you've made. So again, that will be Thursday, July 16th at 4 p.m. The link to sign up for that will be in the description for this video and also posted on the library's website. Thanks for watching.